Hello and welcome to another replay. This time I am in my Tiger 2. It's surprise Arctic region again, and I'm spawning in the northeast again. And again, the teams are a bit, well, I would say they are quite equally skilled, because they have a lot of red players and orange players. We have a lot of red and orange players. We have one green, two yellow and me, and they have a platoon of high blue colored tanks. So again I was in for a fight, because I knew, okay, this is not going to be easy, but it is at least easier than the battle I had in my FCM. And I checked on XVM, the chance to win was only 40%, which is not bad at all. Yeah, and don't mind me doing that. I always do that, or I often do that in the beginning of my battles. I just like to line up the barrels and look at them. Don't ask me why, I just do. But here again I'm thinking, north or south?
Let's go!
And in my FCM it was more of a dilemma, but in the Tiger 2 it's, just go south, always. And on my way down there I was considering, okay, we don't have a lot of tanks, and I was expecting their whole platoon to be down south. So I'm like, okay, sometimes you can sit here and just defend as they come up, because it's quite open space and you have cover, but it's quite risky. And sometimes it is better just to go down, which is what we did. So yeah, as you can see, we have me, a Panther, JP2, Tiger 1, and a Yak Tiger 88 down here. And surprise, the enemy platoon is down here. Both FCM and IS-6 are down here. And IS-6 quite reasonably chose to go down. We meet a Tiger 1 and a T-34, and we are safe from the FCM 50-ton. And here, this is a bit take a hit from the T-34, and as you can see in a second, they're right through the mantlet. So that's just, yeah, lucky shot by him. Okay, let's see if the drone would just duke him about. I'm using the German accuracy to snipe the SU-100 at the back. And as you can see, this IS-6 is... pardon. This IS-6 and FCM down here is just absolutely wrecking the J-Panther 2, so that's why I'm immediately pulling back, because sitting there I can be shot from back here, from over there and around the corner. But if I reverse, they all have to come from my front, which is a lot better. And here I was shot at by something, I don't know what. So I'm just pulling all the way back. I'm looking at how is the north. It's fine. The KB5 is up north, which is a big surprise in my opinion. I don't know why he did that. That's just stupid. The FCM should have gone north if anything, and the KB5 should have helped down here. And here I'm thinking we would all get rushed, so I'm trying to get a nice defensive position, because I thought they would push all the way up on the flank. But they decide to just sit down there and let this Yak Tiger 88 shoot them. So I just decided to push forward, or I tried to, but I get stuck in this airplane. There we go. Okay. Trying to see how my low plate is, the angle is. I'm like, this is a good position in the push up, but I then noticed the IS-6 is just sitting there, so I have to push him. So I do, I find this little alcove here, which is also nice. I go out, put a shot into the side. There's the key one is. Bounce him, and I bounce the IS-6. Great success. And now here, okay, I'm taking very careful aim here to make sure I kill him. I was hoping he would turn his side so I would have his side, but he didn't, so I went for his low plate. And this K1S bounces me again. So now it's 9-4, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, not too good. And this KV1 is, I mean, to his credit, he was trying to avoid my shots. So I decided to try and peek forward a bit more. The KV1 finally decides to go up. I snapshot him, and I kill him. So now we only have an IS, Tiger, and T-34 to deal with. The T-34 is pushing, so I tried to angle my tank so I can get a nice shot at his hull. I do, and he's dead. So far so good. And now there's IS. And this is the time, more or less now, when I notice, oh, the FCM is all the way on the north flank now. And then I can relax, because these guys are just getting eaten alive. So me and this Jack Tiger 88 held back the enemies. And then just auto aim and kill them. Okay, so now the south is cleared, and as I showed in my other video, clearing out one flank to concentrate on the other is a good thing. And now both me and the Jack Tiger 88 can defend our base. So we have side shots on the FCM and Panther. So, and the FCM is a priority target. I can kill him one shot if I high roll, but I didn't roll high enough. And he stops. Now that there's this Panther, I'm trying to lead, and then he turns around, and I just shoot at in his general direction. Now the SU-100 is down south, and the FCM is moving around. Now you could be thinking, okay, you should push around here, but that's not ideal, because then the enemies can get very close to you. Here we have a nice, as you can see, there's a very nice flat open ground to our capsule. We have the advantage because you can sit out of range, there's no artillery, just sit. So therefore both me and luckily the Jack Tiger decide to just stay. What I'm doing now is just going down south to make sure nothing is pushing around us, because there is still 6 enemy tanks left. And me on near full health and the Jack Tiger on full health against a lot of theirs, whereas the FCM is one-shottable. Since there was nothing down south, I decided to go back up. And since I played the FCM the last weekend, the last replay I showed where I was the FCM on this map, I know that it can outspot some tanks on this little stretch here. So I decided to go up and see if I can spot him. And I can't, and then I decide, okay, if he's poking, he'll poke there. I'll just take a shot to see if he's outspotting me. I don't have 6th sense on this tank, so I wouldn't know. And he wasn't there, or I bounced him. I suppose he wasn't there, simply. And now he shows up, and I'm like, do I have to deal with him? No, the Jack Tiger can deal with him. So I'm just sitting here, defending the Jack Tiger's back. And credit to the Jack Tiger, he certainly made this game easier to win. He had a very good game. And here there's a the Panther behind us. I decide to push them so they don't disturb our Jack Tiger 88. He kills the FCM. I bounce a Panther somehow. And here, just really pause. What this Panther is doing is a good thing. Trying to get around me, force me to look at either of the enemies. And I see this immediately, and I decide, okay, Panther, you shall be allowed to do that, because then I'll kill your friend instead. And now I can just focus on him. I mean, he did the right thing, the Panther. Instead of both of them just sitting in front of me, killing me, they tried to, force my attention to be split. And now there's an AMX AC, and the game is so close and we're finally winning that I decide to load the APCR, because it's time to give no fucks. And we decide to just go in, me and the Jack Tiger. which I'm glad for, that he saw the opportunity to do. I track him, and the FCM recognizes that they lost them the game. They did. They made a weird split and they didn't focus up and take value of their tanks. I mean, at KV5 North and FCM South, I would have done it the other way around. If I would have split them anyway. I mean, when you have such good players against so mediocre players as we had on my team generally, just stay together, work together. I mean, even if I met them by myself, I wouldn't have been able to deal with them. And as I say, I'm just waiting for him to face me and I snipe his turret from, because I had an APCR loaded. So now there's only a Panther Souffle left. I'm on 7 kills, the Actag 88 and 4 kills, so between us we nearly have a crucial contribution, just him and me. The enemy ELC AMX drowned himself in the beginning, so that's why we only have 13 kills on our team, even though there are 14 tanks there. And now the enemy team. I understand their frustration, but it's a bit annoying, a bit unfortunate that they decide to tell me where the Souffle is. So I decided to just go AWOL for it. And just in case, I wanted the Yak Tiger to defend the base while I dealt with him, if he was going around or whatever. And I'm back to AP because I don't need APCR for Panther Souffle. Now I knew at the time I wasn't quite sure what the alpha was on the Souffle, other than that it would be able to two-shot me most of the time. So there he is. Surprise, surprise. As soon as I spot him, I asked the Yak Tiger to help me, because now we don't need to flank around. And I got up in a side screen position. He bounced off the side armor, it looks like, because I pulled in front just in time to his rocket shoot. And I decided, okay, I could sit there, but, and this is maybe a mistake, I don't know, because I end up dying from it, just spoiler alert. I go up and think, okay, I should have enough gun elevation to shoot him if he tries to poke over like this. I know he has amazing gun depression, but I thought I would be safe here. But of course the slope points me away from him, or angles me away from him, so I can't shoot him. And there we go. Straight into my engine deck. I mean, that was a bit 414. But I think, okay, I should be able to survive. Because there's a low roll, and I've at this time thought he has 450 HP, so I'm thinking, okay. Take a shot, and he misses. So what I'm hoping now is, of course, he can only see the turret of my tank. So I'm thinking, okay, he must bounce. I mean, I was certain that this was my Red Waters, but then I go up and okay, Polar sniped for the win. And I was like, okay, fantastic. And at this time I thought it was a high roll, but then apparently it has a 500 standard average, according to Mr. FCM 50 ton. So that's a bit of an oops. To be honest, at the time I thought I had thrown the game away, because I didn't think that the Yak Tiger could get back in time. And you can see I state that in the chat as well. And it was quite unfortunate for me that he sniped my cupola. I mean, that was a bit... I should have maybe waited for my Yak Tiger to kill him, or at least turn his attention to survive, because I would have gotten a steel wall, as you will see in the post-game stats. But on the other hand, I felt like I should have been able to deal with it and get my Red Walters. But no. The Panther Souffle wanted otherwise. And now the Yak Tiger just drives up. passes frame misses him at... I mean, that's a bit of a... He hits my cupola when I'm moving up there, but he can't hit the broad side of a yak tiger here from this angle. I mean, that's a bit unfortunate, but we win, and that's the main thing. I did 4.8 thousand confirmed damage. I don't think I hit the panther on my shot. And we managed to beat what I thought was quite reasonable odds. The XVM win chance was only 40%, so it wasn't like, it wasn't too well, not unbalanced because the matchmaker doesn't count for it, but it wasn't as skill-wise uneven teams as my FCM game, because I mean they had a good platoon and average players. We had me, the ELC, and then average players, but this Yak Tiger 88 had a monster game. He did 3000 damage, and I had a good game, and that top tier, the platoon, they didn't have a particularly good game. I think they were a bit cocky, I don't know what, or they just had a bad day, but they should have been able to win this easily. Premium tanks or no premium tanks. But I mean, I won, and for some reason I think the Arctic region is now becoming one of my more favorite maps, because for some reason I just play well on this map, so that's always pleasant. But yeah, as always, I will show you the post-game stats in a second, and I will have more videos coming up in the following days, and I hope you will stay tuned for those. And yeah, see you on the the battlefields.